us getting off here?
Yes. We're getting off here.
That's a fancy looking thing.
Oh yeah. You want to say hi?
No, is it a camera?
Yeah.
Well, hello there, and thanks for riding with us.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate your business.
Hi.
I want to talk about justice, the value of a human being, and how it's our turn on the earth. And how are we going to live?
Okay. On what part? What's Thank you.
So I just remember being a little girl growing up and going to school and interacting with my teachers and wondering like if all of the adults in my life were ever even on the same page about what was happening in my life. We had caseworkers and guardian ad litems and the police officer who would show up at our house for one reason or another. And I wondered, just going to school, you know, does this teacher know that I didn't turn in my homework because I had such a weekend?
As a son of the South, the last thing I thought I would grow up with half of my kids black and half of my kids white, and that's kind of where we landed. When our daughters came to live with us, first time they ate pie, they asked them to cut the pieces. They divided who. This was quite a long conversation on who was going to divide the pie. We found out why, because the person who cut the pie got to cut it, but the person who didn't cut the pie got to choose the first piece. And I think if there's any hope for racial reconciliation, it's in cutting the pie down the middle for both of us, so that one doesn't have their self-interest, the other, but both have that.
Start.
So I went to high school in the 60s, and if you think about the mid to late 60s, there was still a lot of racial strife, a lot of rioting in the Omaha community in particular that occurred when I was in high school. One of my best friends was a young man that played the piano and the harp in the orchestra. He was African American. And Carl was sitting there, yes, the African American piano player, sat down to talk to him, didn't think anything about it, but there were two older women who kept watching us. And as they got up to walk away, they spit on us. What disappoints me is that I still see some of that exist today. I mean, that was 1967, 68, and we're in 2017.
This is an alternative school, you know. People make, you know, wrong decisions, you know, when you come here.
They make a lot of right ones too.
Yeah, they
like
make
you.
a lot of right ones, you know, like me.
What are some of the right decisions you make?
Like, attend school, do my work, whatever I gotta do to graduate.
Yes. All right. Go for it.
We have a chance to build the social, emotional, behavioral side of a child who's going to become an adult and going to become a part of the community. And our chance of making that difference truthfully changes the community at large. I may be able to see them later on, and I mean that, to be able to see them, that they're alive. There's nothing more beautiful than knowing that you've touched that life and helped it to stay there.
So I'd say as like a model minority growing up in like America, Asians and Indians are portrayed as more like successful and helping the economy. If you look at like in the white man's eyes, a Hispanic person or like an African American, they relate them more to like drugs, crime.
We are in South Omaha, and in Omaha it's very segregated. North Omaha is majority black, South Omaha is majority Hispanic, and then West Omaha is mostly white, and then some Asian populations. So right now we're in South Omaha.
How I spent my life? Chicago, Illinois. Grew up on the south side of Chicago. Mom and dad and 4 brothers and 1 sister. Pretty down. Wait, my mom.